So I'm going to use this Three Waters Farm dyed top to just card it so you can see. And this is, I think it was the colorway was Hills and Mountains. So it's kind of a cool one. I did some shoelaces with this top, so I had a little bit extra. So if I want to card it, what I don't want to do is I don't want to take it and just like, wait, let me see. I don't want to take it and just like mush the whole thing on it, right? Like I don't want to just lay the whole thing there. The idea is you want to go about, you know, halfway onto the tines and, you know, fill it up like halfway. Okay, so we want to have, when we're putting the fiber on, and I'm not like really gonna do like a full on carding demonstration. I just want to show you that, you know, I want to be able to see the tines. Okay, I want to be able to see them, and I want to have it loaded or filled up to like about the halfway mark. So there's like a slight bend. I don't know if it's gonna, there you go. See, so you don't want to go past the bend, right? You want to kind of really stay in that space, because then it's going to be too much and it's not going to work for you. It's not going to do the job that we want for it. Okay, so the idea of the carders is that we're trying to open them up and put air in. So if we can like pre-open them up before, that's why there's a tool that's called a picker, and it's meant to kind of like open up the fleece after, you know, the wool has been washed to make it easier to card. So definitely starting with open fiber is going to be ideal. And also when you're carding, you want to avoid grinding the tines together. Okay, so we should not hear kind of like a crackling metal sound. So when I'm going to card, let me put a little bit more fiber on. You shouldn't hear a gnashing of the teeth, okay? So I have my fiber loaded up. And when I card, what I do, so ergonomically, I like to put my 4 fingers on the back of the paddle in my left hand because I'm righty. And then I have my thumb so that it's kind of like propped over here. Okay, so it's like resting in the, you know, cradle of my hand. Then, so I have that. Then the other one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it. So I'm kind of making like a check with my thumb and pointer finger. And I'm going to grab the other paddle like this. Now, the idea when I'm carding, right, is that I want to go about like 25, 50, 75%, and then 100% of the fiber. So think of it in quarters. And I'm going to go grab the bottom. So my tines are actually like going right into each other, right? They're going down here. But this is the part where I don't go down and then pull, right? So what I do is I go down first. Then I rock the carder so that it goes, you know, relatively to like a 90-degree angle. And then I'm going to pull the fiber down and through, see, so that it's pulling it through the tines and therefore it's opening them up. Okay, so when I do that, I'm going to do that one more time. So I'm going to go down into the fiber, or like down into the tines, right? Then I'm going to rock it up, and when I pull it through, you should hear almost like a white noise static. So listen, right? You don't hear a like crunch, right? So you don't, this is not cereal, okay? So we don't want Rice Krispies and, you know, Captain Crunch like sounds. We want it like soggy cereal, okay? So there should be no crunching. And once you get, you know, the fiber, what's also important with carding too is that we want to kind of like have these like open flappy arms instead of taking the fiber and then going in this kind of motion. So I don't want my fiber to go here, because then when I go down and card again, it's going to create these neps and knots in our preparation. Okay, so I just did 25%. So I'm going to go about 50% of the way and pull. See, and then I'm going to go 75. So you might hear a gnashing, but you don't hear it when I start pulling down. You only hear it when it's locking into place, almost like Velcro, right? So I go in and now all of the fiber has been transferred, okay? So the one trick that I didn't know about until last year was how can you transfer it? So transferring means that instead of putting these down and then switching hands, that's gonna take a while. You can actually just transfer it, you know, like this. So if you've never done this before, this has like been a mind-blowing experience in learning this for me. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the top like floofy bits of the wool, and I'm gonna try to line them up, you know, with the top of like where my thumb is hitting on this part, right? So I'm gonna come down into it. I'm gonna put it down like that, and then I'm gonna lay or rock the paddle of the hand carder that the fibers transfer to. And I'm not going to pull it, but I'm going to kind of do a slight, like a little wiggle. Okay, so it's even more of a micro wiggle, but I'm just kind of exaggerating to show you. So I'm kind of like wiggling it or like gnashing it a little bit to rock it into place. And then when I pull off, right, see there's no blue fiber over here. So I'm the camera woman and I have both my hands here. So I promise you, I didn't just do a magic trick. Okay, so it might require a little bit of practice, but it's just a little bit of a wiggle and then it'll transfer it back to the other paddle. And then I'm gonna go down here and do it again, right? So if I go and I pull again, no gnashing, okay? And then I come up, so I wanna like flip it so I don't create like neps in it. And then I'm gonna go down and pull it through like that, okay? And so you can see I have, fur that, I have like Muppet fur that's good to go and ready to be spun.